Hi, this is the sketch of our part number 6. We're going to omit all of these hidden lines. And the reason we're doing that is it's really hard to see and it confuses the drawing. This would necessitate a cross-section, which we're not going to go over at this time. So we're going to start again with an orthographic projection. And remember, we need to find the most complicated side. And we also need to orient the part so it makes sense. So if I were to put this as my front side, then my top would be that. Well, we then forget about all of this stuff sticking up here. So we're going to call this our front side, because this could also be our front, just depending on how we want to look at it, but that would add more hidden lines. And again, we're going to leave those out for this drawing. So I'm going to start here with this shape. And again, remember, scale and proportion are correct. So I'm just going to move this out of the way. I want to start with horizontal line, a vertical. Again, we're just sketching this out as an orthographic, trying to figure out how this process actually works. So now here is the shape of my front. Now I'm going to continue this line straight down because it does. It's right here. It is straight down. So now you can see I've got my good front view. Now remember, our pivot point's here. So if I rotate this, there's my top view. So I see just 1, 2, 3, or one square, a little rectangle, another little square. But remember, we're projecting. So we're going to take this edge, we're going to project up, we're going to bring this up, and we're going to get our depth. So here's our front, and here's our back. Now, I made this line a little dark so you can see it on the video, but this would be light, very light, so we could hardly see it. It would be a construction line. Next, I'm going to project this up, and as we see, this goes all the way from the front to the back. So knowing that, we're just going to draw a line here, and the same with this line, all the way front to back. We see that this line goes front to back. So now I've got this square. You can see it's right here. I have this edge, it's right here. Don't forget there's a hole. We're going to put some center lines in that hole. Remember, we're going to leave our hidden lines out. I'm going to come up here, this projects up, but remember this is thinner where I'm holding it. So these lines, we're just going to be here like this. And remember, we're getting rid of this line and this line. We're going to eliminate those because we really don't see them. Just drew them in so that you could see it in the video. And again, we have a hole. Now remember, to get our right side view, we have to project at a 45-degree angle. We have to make a line at a 45-degree angle, and we're going to project this over and then down, and project this over to get our height, project this over to get our depth. Remember, our 45-degree line has to go from the top of the total width, total height box of the front view. So I'm going to draw this line out from here, not from any other point, but from here. This is going to be brought over and down. This is going to be brought over and down. And remember, the distance here must match the distance here, because the distance from front to back is the same whether I'm looking at the top view or if I'm looking at the right side view. So the distance, those widths have to be the same. Then I'm going to project this over to get my height. So now I've got a total depth, total height of my right side. If I continue to project, I see that this goes all the way across. So this is going to come all the way across. And I have another rectangle here. And remember, we're leaving out our hidden lines because it would be very confusing to see it, and it would necessitate a cross-section, which I don't believe we're ready for yet. So that's the sketch of how to make an orthographic projection of this part. I wish you luck, and if you have questions, please contact me.